Hello there, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Zach and I live in this van with my dog Winter. She's currently resting, but I wanted to make a quick video for you to get you updated and introduced to the channel and tell you what's coming up next.
If you feel it, just dance along, dance along, dance along. Yeah, if you feel it, just dance along. Got to keep the feeling going on and on. Yeah, if you feel it, just dance along, dance along. Oh, it just feels so good. I just feel so good, good, good. Oh, I just feel so good, good, good. Oh, I just feel so good.
So as I said before, my name is Zach. Welcome to the channel. Welcome the sun to the channel as well. Just came out from behind a cloud, so I'm super well illuminated right now. But I wanted to introduce myself. I'm 33 years old. I live in this van with my dog. We've been living in it since April 15th of 2020. It's currently March 20th of March 2022, so we're very close to that 2-year mark. And we've loved and hated every minute of it. Living in a van has its own challenges, but it has its own advantages as well, which includes being in this beautiful isolated desert location, even though there's a highway probably about 300 yards that way, which I can hear from time to time. But out that way is just all wilderness. I see some power lines going through, but there's no roads. I haven't seen any dust clouds. I haven't seen any movement out there. There's almost nothing out there. I'm sure there's a highway or road of some sort, but it's a beautiful place and I truly appreciate being able to just park here, live here for as long as I want to, which is usually a few days, and then move on. Nobody even knows I was ever here. I get to experience this beautiful environment like I had my house built here, but I don't have to go through all the trouble of doing that, and then I get to move on and enjoy a new place. I love that part of it. The hard part is I'm always looking for a place to get more water. Something's always breaking, something's always getting fixed. I'm always out of some supply. I'm always having a challenge of getting somewhere. I'm always having a challenge of finding a place to park maybe. There's always at least 1 or 2 challenges per day, and that can get kind of old after a while. At this part of my life though, I find that I love just being able to see all the things that I've heard about and travel around. So what led me to van life? Well, it's always a story of woes and challenges, but I lost my mom a few years back in 2017, and then my marriage ended, and I got out of the Navy a few years before, or like a year and a half before I lost my mom. I was in the Navy for 7 years before that. During that time I got married, and I lived on the East Coast, in Florida, in Mississippi, and finally in San Diego. And before that, I went to college in Montana where I grew up, where I graduated high school, did about a year of college, and then that's when I joined the Navy. I did 7 years in the Navy as a weatherman. Like I said, got married, and then I got out, moved up to Washington State because it's one of the most beautiful states in the country, and I've always wanted to live there. So I moved up into the Pacific Northwest with my ex-wife and our 2 dogs and 2 cats at the time, and bought a house. Once I lost my mom, and then the marriage started to not be so good. I bought the van as a basic cargo van, built it out to live into it. I've since renovated it twice. You can see the culmination of that if you go and watch my van tour video. It's a long one, and I think it's a pretty good one. It gives you a lot of details. I do plan on making a shorter one in the future to kind of update everyone on what I've changed, and to also kind of show the whole van as it is, but a lot shorter because I don't need to include all those details for the next one. So I've renovated it the first time I was at my dad's house, and then the second time, which was almost a full renovation with a full paint job inside, I renovated it completely off-grid on my own, and it turned out really good. I'm really proud of how this vehicle turned out, and it's been a great home. I want to do a video on the reliability, but I'm going to do that down the road. The Mercedes-Benz van has been pretty good. It has some things I want to get out there for people's consideration, but overall it's a really good vehicle for what I'm using it for, especially with the upgrades I put on it, also detailed in my van tour video. So as for an update on what we're doing, currently I'm in Southern California, kind of in the desert reaches where there's just nothing. There's wildlife refuges and then wilderness areas and stuff like that down here, so it's pretty empty. There's a lonely highway going through here, which is a main highway for trucks, it seems, not really people, because there's not a lot of residential places around here. We drove all the way from Florida, where my last video was, drove all the way over here to California, and now I'm going to start slowly working my way north with the spring. I got my bike back. It has a whole new suspension setup on it, so I want to change the tires and change the oil, and then we're going to get that guy out, that girl out, because her name's Giselle. There may be some upgrades this summer, but overall this summer's all going to be about seeing, maintaining a spring weather pattern for 2 to 3 months, which is usually possible with the mountains and how long it takes to move up the country. And we're going to then spend the summer in the Montana, Wyoming, Idaho area, maybe some Washington and Oregon in there as well. And then after that, I don't really know yet, but I'm just looking forward to this summer. I'm going to try to live in the summer and get as much as I can out of it with this van. And then when it starts to get cold again, I'm going to reconsider where I go. Florida was a rather expensive trip, but I loved it. I'm sure I can improve on what I did last time, but it's not a new place. And there's some new places further south of California that I'd love to check out. So we may look at that next year. And then potentially next summer, I may be going all the way north to check out Alaska, finally. Definitely a huge bucket list item for me to get out to Alaska. But I promise to keep this update short and sweet. I want to keep it under 10 minutes. And tomorrow we're going to take off. I got to get these tires rotated. I'm going to do some shopping. And then I think we're going to move into part of Southern California that I've spent a lot of time in, get some videos out, and then it's going to be Nevada, California border, Nevada and Utah, that area, as I work my way north to enjoy the northern part of our great country. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see what comes next. Like the video if you like it, and we'll see you on the next one.